a Somali, but not a pirate. But I like to take trips to the island. If you need me, know a number to dial in. You want my number or do you got it?
Welcome back to another episode. This is our 6th episode. And today we got my boy Paycheck in here.
What's up, brother? How you guys doing?
I'm doing great, bro. How you doing?
I'm chilling.
You know what I mean? And then we got a really, really special guest, man. He's 19 years old, straight out of Seattle, killing the e-commerce game. The one and only Ismail, a.k.a. Ecomkidd. What's up, bro? Talk to me.
Well, alhamdulillah, man. Another day, another dollar. How you living, my brother?
Man, you know, can't complain, bro. Let's get to it, man. We're not going to waste no time, bro. Give us the backstory of how you got into e-com.
Really, bro, the way I got into e-com was in high school, bro. I was hooping, you know, no distractions. I love the game of basketball, you know. It's what got me through shut out all the bad stuff out of my life, you know. And I played all 4 years of varsity from freshman to senior year.
What position you play?
I play small forward, bro.
Same position, man. You are 6'4"?
Yeah, 6'4", bro. Yeah, so alhamdulillah, man.
Big guy.
My cousin really gave me the game, you know. Being young, I wanted to be an entrepreneur, you know. I never wanted to work a 9 to 5, you know. No disrespect to 9 to 5, you know. You got to get it how you live, but it just wasn't what I wanted to do, you know. I had one job my whole life. At 16, I quit the first day. Well, I was working at an event company when I was 16 in the summer, and next morning I was like, I can't do this, you know. And I just wanted to always own my own business, you know. Seeing my mom own her own business, and I just wanted to be an entrepreneur, you know. You don't gotta just work a 9 to 5 to make a living, because I see people work paycheck to paycheck, and
shout out Paycheck.
Except for me, I don't work paycheck to paycheck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, seeing people work paycheck to paycheck, no disrespect, but it's like you're working 40 hours a week, and then you pick up your paycheck. It's like you got to cover this bill, you got to cover that.
Right.
Then what? You're left with $200-300 to just take care of yourself. You know, and I didn't want that, honestly. You know, from being young. I just didn't want to be the typical person straight out of high school to go work security guard or anything. No disrespect to anybody that works security or anything,
right.
You know. That's just what I wanted for myself. So I really took a risk, I'm not going to lie. And it was hard. It was nothing easy getting into this business field and getting into the online business field especially. It took time. It took dedication. It took a grind. And I had to shut everything out, you know. And what I do is drop shipping, works with e-com and Shopify, eBay, and Amazon FBA, you know?
So right now, I know the cool thing is like self-destruction, you know what I'm saying? How did you navigate around that? How did you say, you know what, man, I'm not going to follow my peers. I'm not going to listen to Raheem down the street or, you know what I'm saying, Abdi on Snapchat posting this and that. Like, I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get to the bag. I'm going to stay focused. How were you able to do that?
It was more of a decision of blocking all the noise behind me as of right now, you know? It was a decision of getting after what I have to get after right now, so in the future I can live comfortable. Financial freedom is a huge thing, you know. Okay. And being financially free it takes a lot of pressure off your shoulders, you know. Right. And helping the fam out, helping moms around the house, you know. And it was like, cool. Me and my homies can hang out right now, but
I'll catch y'all later.
Huh?
I'll catch you guys later.
Yeah, it's like, what am I getting out of it as of right now, you know? What fun is there to me? Like, I get it. We could go chill all day, but what did I learn from it? What did I gain from it, you know?
What is benefiting you?
Yeah, what's benefiting me, you know? And wallah, shout out to all the homies that are on their shit, you know? Keep getting after it, bro. Right. But what I'm trying to say, it's really a decision you have to make for yourself. You got to be self-disciplined, man. And that's one thing you got to teach yourself. You can't, you know, I get you got a lot of habits, but you got to slowly change things. You got to slowly change your life, you know? More as making a decision for your future, right? You know, and you don't got to go to school to make money, you know, right? Like you see nowadays, bro, a lot of big tech companies taking certificates, bro. You go take a 6-month class and pull up to that office next morning, get that 6-figure job, you know.
Right.
And for me, it was like, cool, we'd go out tonight, do this, do that, but I'd rather sit inside and grind, you know. I'd rather wake up in my bed and make money in my bed. You feel me? It was hard at first, you know, The field I was in, it was hard at first, you know?
Right.
There's many times I wanted to give up. But shout out to the special people that kept pushing me, you know? And they know who they are, you feel me?
Family, a lot of family members.
Yeah, family, homies, you know? Shout out to my homies, too. They pushed me, too, a lot.
You got to have homies that push you.
Yeah.
You got to.
No, that's facts. That's facts, bro.
I just want to say, make sure you have a plan. Like, you know, before you graduate high school, like right when you're 18 years old and, you know, graduation's coming up, you're about to get out of school, have a plan, you know what I mean? Because if you don't have a plan, by the time you finish college, that's when all the temptations come around, all the homies come around, all the bad influence. And before you know it, you know, like they say, if a man who fails to plan, you know, is planning to fail, if that's the correct.
That's right.
So make sure you have a plan, you know what I'm saying?
All right. So, yeah, I want to ask you a quick question because you spoke about, you know, the people that helped you get up. How important was it for you, being as young as you are, about like who you surround yourself with?
Wallahi, one thing that it was
Because it's cool to like, right now it's cool to sip lean, it's cool to pop perks, you know, it's cool to hang out, it's cool to do a lot of things that, you know, promote self-destruction, you know what I'm saying?
All that shit's fun and games, you know?
Right.
You know, that 2-hour high, what'd you get out of that? What'd you learn from it, you know? That shit, you went to go waste money, you went to go blow money, but what'd you really learn from it? What'd you gain from it, you know? It's all cool and games now until you're sitting in the hospital because you overdosed. Okay? It's all cool and games until you can't control it no more. You know?
Right.
It's all cool and games till you're 6 feet under, you know? And that's what a lot of people don't tend to think about, the decisions they're making in the moment, you know? Drugs might be a cool thing, whoop-de-whoop, this, that, but then there's a bigger thing in life. Always look at the bigger picture. In the moment, things might be bad, but tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow's a new thing to do. You know, tomorrow's a new chapter to learn. And one thing I always look up to at the end of my days is, what did I learn today? What did I gain and what did I lose, you know? And what I gained, alhamdulillah, you know, and what I lost, alhamdulillah, you feel me? But at the end of the day, I got to learn from my losses. And the self-destruction where he got into saying, how do you surround yourself around the right people, was, I've been around a lot of different people, you know? But one thing is, I always observe the people around me, you know? Right. And if that circle wasn't right for me, I needed to get away from it, you know? Right.
Yeah, you gotta observe your friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You
gotta
see
homies,
surroundings.
I stuck through everything with them, you feel me? And I've been with them since day one, but there's a lot of people I left in my past behind, you know? And if you can't grow with them, you gotta move on with life, you know?
It's not personal.
Yeah,
it's never personal.
Yeah, it's never personal, but it's like people grow, you feel me?
Right.
One thing our parents always tell us is, you don't grow out some of your friends, you feel me? You're gonna get away from them. Because at the end of the day, the only person who's gonna be right by your side when it's that last minute is your mother. You feel me? Your mom, your family, you feel me?
Right.
That is true.
And it's just like, wallahi, one thing is, it's really important to surround yourself around the right people. It's really important because that's the people who's going to push you harder. That's the people who's going to motivate you, you know?
Facts.
Yeah, they, like our parents, like, you know, when I was a kid growing up, you know, my mom always used to tell me, like, don't do this, don't go there, don't hang out with this person. And I was always wondering, like, what is she talking about? Like, she's not even out here. She don't know what's going on. But, you know, as I got older, it's real. You know, like, your parents actually, they see what's going on. They know what's going on. And they're 100% of the time, they're right. You know what I mean?
No, 100%. And that's the thing. We're going to be parents one day. You feel me? The things our moms used to tell us is we're going to tell our kids, you know?
Right.
Because we're going to learn from that. We're going to see that. And one thing is our parents were kids at a point too, you know?
Right.
And when they were kids, they seen all the shit we see now, you know?
Right.
So they're just they're just telling you what they seen before you have to go experience it for yourself, you know? And one thing is, it's not bad learning things for yourself, you know? Alhamdulillah, you feel me? And one thing I wanted to add on was, like, if you're getting freedom from your parents, that's the right thing, because they're letting you explore the world, you feel me? And there's kids who tend to get like controlled and their parents controlling them and everything. And once they get a little bit of freedom, it's like, well, I'm out the door. Like, you can't do nothing now. You feel me?
Right. Yeah. So when you operate in the streets, man, like you're not hurting your friends. You know what I'm saying? Like if you get shot, you go to jail. The homies, they're gonna post you on Instagram. They're gonna rock some shirts, free him or rest in peace him. You're not hurting the friend. You're not hurting the homies.
You're just gonna become another hashtag.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate real quick because there's some talking to some of the youth. There's some things they kind of say, right? When they talk about their parents, they say, well, my parents lived in Africa, right? Obviously, they went through Civil War. They went all through that, but they had a different upbringing. They don't deal what we got to deal with out here in the streets. They ain't got to go to the same schools. They ain't got the same type of influence. What's your take on that for those people who say something like that?
Let's be honest here. All that street shit,
That's a good question.
Comes from the internet. You feel me?
Right.
All that, this, that. But our parents lived through worse times, bro. A whole war, my nigga.
Oh yeah.
Right.
A whole war. Our parents lived through a whole war.
They still living with trauma till now.
Till now, their neighbor getting bombed or their parents dying.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest. I never met my grandpas. You feel me? And because of what happened back home, like I don't know how they stood. But the thing is, our parents seen it worse. If you think you had it worse, our parents got dropped off in America with not $1 in their pocket. Just got given a home, and the next month they had to find how to pay for that house.
Started with none.
Talk about it.
Yeah, and if you think all that shit's cool, look how they made it out. Look how the life they gave you. You feel me?
Sacrifice.
Yeah, they sacrificed everything. You feel me? Our parents got dropped off America with the EBT and a free home just for 1 month. But next month you got to figure out your rent expenses. You feel me? And a lot of people know our parents will do anything for their kids. Just like when we have kids, we'll do anything for them. Just to give them a successful life. But one thing I gotta say right now is a piece of advice: make the right decision right now, so you and your kids and your wife in the future can live comfortable.
Right.
You don't gotta live through the things you lived through. You feel me? Right. Whether you had it good, alhamdulillah, your parents gave you everything, or whether things was hard. Everybody got a different background.
Right.
Yeah. So
everybody got a sad story, and I just want to say, like, when you operate in the streets, man, you're hurting your family. Your mother, your sister, your brother, your uncle, these are the people that's really hurting, you know what I mean? And just put it like this, you know what I'm saying? Like your parents, they go 30, 40 years, invest everything into you, and you turn around and make bad decisions, you know what I'm saying? Now they feel like their life was a failure. Because a lot of times, the mom might not get education, she might not want to start a business, the father might be in the same situation, and so they invest all their time and money and effort into you, and now you turn around and want to operate in the streets, and now your parents, imagine how they're feeling inside, you know what I'm saying? All that time that they had invested in you. So it's really your parents that you're hurting when you operate in the streets, you know what I'm saying?
That's facts. And let me add on to that. And the only thing is, let's be honest here, all our parents all work 9 to 5s, And the thing was, most of us seen our parents only 2 days they were off. By the time you came home, your older sibling put you to sleep,
Right.
And the thing is, nowadays our moms stay up all night just worried about us coming home safe. Is my son gonna walk through that door tonight, And that's what most of our parents stay up all night. Not all our mothers, just waiting for us to get home on a safe one. Because nowadays it's normal for our mothers to get a phone call, "Oh, your son's not coming home tonight," and your son in a coma. Your son's
let's speak on that, man. Let's speak on that drug use, man. That them fake Percocets going around, and I'm gonna share a little story, man. So one of the homies recently passed. I'm not gonna say his name, but I don't know how they and he actually right before it happened, he was going around and telling people that he loved, like giving them a call. And, hey, man, I love you. If things don't go right, I just want to let you know. And those kind of situations are actually happening on a daily basis nowadays. And we, as a community, we need to bring awareness to that. I know there's a lot of nonprofits in Seattle, but I feel like a lot of nonprofits in Seattle that represent the Somali community, the East African minority community, we really need to step it up. You know what I mean? We need to invest in our communities and figure out a solution, because we're losing a lot of young brothers to this pandemic or epidemic, I would say. You want to speak on that, bro? King County has reported not too long ago that there is a drug going around, and it's basically a fentanyl, but it's not real. It's not authentic.
Yeah,
it's like
not
lab
authentic.
made.
Right.
And it's one pill and you're done.
Right.
Your whole life, you're gone.
Right. And this is something that, be honest with you, we've actually never seen in the history of our community. You know what I mean? Back in the day, the kids were doing completely different things. You know, right now, you don't even have an option to even try something out if you wanted to, because that could be the last thing you tried. You know, so it's an epidemic going all around, not just in Washington State. It's throughout the whole entire country. You know what I mean? And it's affecting our youths, especially right now, that are, you know, out in the streets wanting to try different things. Our youth end up going to jail, or they end up 6 feet deep. You know,
that's really sad, bro. That is really sad, man.
And we see it a lot. We see it a lot.
Yeah, I get it, bro. This whole thing it's tough. You know, I know a couple of homies that, you know, that are going through it right now, and we have conversations about it. And, you know, the withdrawals are, you know, terrible, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm praying for everybody out there that's going through the withdrawals. And my advice is get help. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel like the world is against you. You know what I'm saying? We all are rooting for you. Get help. Take care of yourself. If you don't want to go to a clinic, you know, in the neighborhood, go somewhere far down south, you know, in Washington State. Get help, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't drown in this. You know what I mean?
And that's where it comes in. Like when I was saying earlier, you might have bad habits and you can't help it. When he says get help, necessarily just take one step forward and talk to someone close about it for them to help you, for them to get you the right resources and right help, you know? And it's just not about don't face it by yourself, because nowadays what you gotta understand is that 10-hour high or 5-hour high or 2-hour high is cool or whatever, you know? But you don't know what you're taking. You don't know what the substance contains. You don't know where it's coming from, you know? It's all cool and games until you're sitting in that hospital bed and your brain can't function no more. Mm-hmm. It's all fun and games until you got the last 10 minutes of your life. You feel me?
Right.
And not just only risking your life for something so little, for just 5 hours of a good high. It's not even worth it.
And these drugs also, they affect you mentally and physically. You know what I mean? So let's say you're a billionaire, right? And you're taking these drugs. That $1 billion won't mean anything. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna ask you a question, Paycheck.
Yeah, what's up?
Would you rather have a healthy mind, or would you rather have 100 billion?
I'd rather have a healthy mind all day.
Why you say that?
If I have a healthy mind, I know I can make that $1 billion. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can be in a position to make that money. You can be in a position to take care of your family. You can be in a position to help the people around you. You know what I mean? Help out your friends. You can be in a position to create opportunity for yourself. You know, but the more you start doing certain drugs, indulging in certain situations that you don't even know of, and all of a sudden you're injuring your brain, what's going to end up happening is you lose all self at the end of the day.
Not only that, health is wealth, wallah. Without health, you can't do nothing.
Right. You can't. That's another thing I want to explain.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's
like money is a tool. Money is not everything.
Right.
Money will put you in a better situation, but it won't change. It won't change you internally. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So money is a tool. You can flash all this money on the internet, whatever you want to do. But if you're injuring your brain and your physical, money means nothing. You know what I'm saying? It means nothing.
Right.
And it's not only that. It's where health comes in is a big thing. Is look at the unfortunate people. You feel me? Look at the people who don't got the health. Is you alhamdulillah. You feel me? Alhamdulillah to everybody that got good health. You know,
right?
And bad. But what I'm trying to say is, there's always a person in a worse situation than you. I don't care what you're going through, but drugs shouldn't be drugs shouldn't be the answer. You know, there's always go talk to your family. You feel me? Go talk to your older sibling. You know, go talk to your close peoples.
Right.
Learn some game from them. Learn something from them.
So it's really tough. Like I don't understand how a young guy, healthy, that has the whole entire world ahead of him, decides to pick up a habit that can end his life within seconds. You know what I'm saying? That is the craziest thing. I still can't grasp it. You know, it's a tough situation to even think about. You know what I'm saying? If you or someone you know suffers from extreme pain, depression, or anxiety on a daily basis, I would recommend they try CBD products. What is CBD? CBD is short for cannabis oil, which is derived from the hemp plant. It is non-intoxicating, does not get you high. Some of the CBD benefits are it is a natural pain relief remedy, reduces anxiety and depression, can alleviate cancer-related symptoms, helps reduce blood pressure, possible treatment for epilepsy, and builds your immune system. CBD FX is the top 5 CBD companies in North America. Go check them out at www.cbdfx.com, as they have many different options of products ranging from CBD oil, creams, gummies, and capsules. Make sure you type in Pure15 at checkout to get 15% off on unlimited items. Your brain and your body doesn't fully develop until you're in your late 20s. So take care of your mind and take care of your body. You know what I mean? Don't injure yourself, man. Don't paralyze yourself. It's not worth it. You know what I mean? You're a young guy. You're healthy. You can do anything in life. Don't injure yourself. Don't paralyze yourself.
Right. And going off of that, me, although we're a little bit older, right? You're young, obviously, and obviously
19 in the game.
19 in the game. Very smart individual. Is there anything that you could, probably put in perspective for us why, the youth are, indulging into like these type of things? Like, what have you seen growing up in high school? What have you seen like in just being around in a certain situation or knowing somebody that realistically is involved in that? Because I'm curious. I don't understand it. My perspective.
Yeah, because there's a huge disconnect between your generation and our generation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't understand why you guys do certain things, just as you guys don't understand why we do certain things.
No, that's right. A lot of that. In a lot of different communities, like a lot of kids nowadays don't have role models. They don't have nobody to look up to. So they see the social media lifestyle. They see the rapper doing this, and,
Right.
Doing this drug and doing that. So they're like, oh, why don't I go try it? Push Icy's doing it, so why don't I do it? So it's like a lot of people don't have somebody to look up to.
Right.
And no goals, no ambitions, no influence.
Right.
And and their older brother might be into it, so why not? Why don't I try it? So it's like it's really a hard thing, wallah. And I want to shout out my older brother. Alhamdulillah, bro. He always kept me on the right way. And my dad, always kept me on the right path. And always spit game to me, always telling me everything what's right from wrong. And a lot of kids didn't understand.
That's love.
Our parents taught us what's right from wrong. We grew up, especially in our community, we grew up with a deen. You feel me?
Right.
And myself, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not on my deen things, but I'm not gonna tell nobody else. You feel me? I'm not gonna judge nobody. You feel me?
Right.
But all I gotta say is we know what's right from wrong. Our parents taught us everything from aspects of choosing the right decisions to knowing what's wrong.
Right.
If you're an older guy and you got a little brother in the streets operating and running around wild, get involved, man. Get involved. You know what I'm saying?
And it's
Don't
not
be
even-
the older brother that's trying to act cool and run and be different. Nah, man. Like, get involved, bro. Talk to your little brother, man. You know what I'm saying? Take him out for lunch. And just have a conversation with him, man. You know what I'm saying? Let him know, give him game, bro. Cause I see, you know what I mean? Like, it's tough, man. Like, it's tough to see a young bro out here, and he needs some game. He needs some advice and guidance. And then you might see his older brother, on the other side of town, on some other stuff, and it's like, man, like, get involved with your family members, man. You got a little brother out here acting wild, man. Get involved, talk to him, man. You know what I'm saying? And be involved in his life.
At the end of the day, decisions he make, the decisions your little brother makes, it involves you too, you know? Whether it's right or wrong, you know, and you should definitely be showing them what the right thing is, you know?
Right.
Just the way that, you know, our parents want, you know? You feel me?
So Ish, how important is it to have the right people around you, like when you're ready to level up in life?
It's very important, Wallah Billah, you know? Because you win and you guys win as a unit, you feel me? And whatever you get into, you can block all the noise, you can leave your homies for the moment, and you can go get after what you have to get after, and you could come back and give them the game, you know? And you could come back and put them on what you were doing, you know? Because they probably don't know what they want to do in the moment, you know? But for the moment, you could tell them, oh, get your feet into this and figure, let's do this together, and let's win together in this. And then whatever you decide to do after that, figure that out, you know? But put your homies in a position to win, you feel me? That's my main advice. Put your homies, if you're winning and if you're on the right path, try to get your homies on the right path with you, you know? And, you know, whether you guys are day ones or you guys just met each other, it don't matter, you feel me?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, if you respect that person, then you should show them love, you feel me?
Hands down.
And sometimes, like, there's friends that, you know, that are day one that you've known your whole life. And then there's other friends that you just met and you've only known them for, like, maybe a couple of months. And in that couple of months, they kept it so real with you and, you know, and gave you so much game. And that could change your life versus, you know, this person that you've known for 20 years, you know what I'm saying? He knows that you got potential, but he hopes that you don't see that you have that potential. No. And there's friends like that, you know what I mean?
No, at the end of the day, bro, your closest homie could be your biggest hater, you know?
Right.
It's always an inside job.
Yeah. One thing I got to say is in this world, you're your biggest enemy. If you're peeping all that shit and you can't separate yourself, if you're peeping all that and you can't separate yourself, then you're your biggest enemy. Because at the end of the day, bro, your homie, he's supposed to push you to win. You guys are supposed to win together. He shouldn't be hating on you, or he shouldn't be hating on you on the low or nothing, because that's just out of pocket, Wallah Billah, you feel me? And just the same way you want to see Ella win, you're going to win with him, you feel me?
Right.
You guys going to win together.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, he's not just going to leave you there. You feel me?
Hands down. I always say this. I always say there's three type of friends, right? And only one of them are actually real. There's the friend that's going to hate on you that you was talking about, right? He's not really your friend. He's a fake friend, right? Then you got your friend that, you know what I'm saying, if you're doing well, he's going to be right there with you. You know what I'm saying? But if you're doing bad, he's going to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? That's not even a real friend either. You feel me? Your real friend is a person that, if you're doing well, he's going to be there with you. And if you're doing bad, he's going to try to correct you. You know what I'm saying? He's going to try to get you on the right path.
And one thing about the world we live in now is, at the end of the day, bro, your homie's not going to keep it real with you. He ain't going to tell you, he ain't going to keep it a buck with you, you feel me? He's going to support the bad, and he's going to support the good, you feel me? And you shouldn't have that type of people around you, you feel me? Your homie shouldn't be supporting the bad with you feel me? If you're on the wrong path in the bad, or you're doing something bad, he should tell you, yo, like, he should
correct
check
him.
you on some real shit. Like, there's nothing wrong with your homie checking you for real.
Right. Yeah, damn.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Him telling you the truth and him telling you, yo, correct this and let's fix this, bro. And don't do this shit. This is not right, bro. That's a real homie.
That's the real homie.
Newsflash, if your friend, anybody that puts you in a position to lose your life or your freedom is not your friend.
It's not your homie.
It's sad to say, but they're not your friend. Especially when you're a young guy and you're hanging out with somebody like 10, 15 years older than you, that's not your friend. The only time you should be hanging out with somebody 10, 15 years older than you is somebody who's giving you information for you to be put in a position where you can win, or somebody who's a family member, you know what I mean?
That's it.
If you're a young guy out there, you're hanging out with a guy 10 years older than you, and you have no business hanging out with him, change that. You know what I'm saying? Change that, because that man has nothing but bad intentions for you.
Message. Come on.
Nah, and that's just facts. Well, I'd be like, you feel me? Like, there's nothing wrong with your homie checking you and keeping it a buck with you. You feel me? The same way you want to see him win, he wants to see you win. You feel me?
Right.
That should be a real homie. You feel me?
Right.
And one big lesson is, growing up, I've been around a lot of homies. You feel me? But there's some I just had to leave behind because the main reason was I could feel that they're hating on me. I could peep that, you feel me?
Right.
One thing about me is I observe a lot. Like, whoever you is, you feel me? And if I got love for you, I got love for you. I'm gonna show you love. You feel me?
Right.
And if I don't fuck with you straight up, like, I'm gonna just keep it pushing from you. You feel me? I'm not gonna be around you.
I want to see you eat, but just not at my table.
Yeah, that's facts. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, I don't got no hate or nothing towards you, but it's just like, I can't be around you. You feel me? From some shit I peeped. You feel me?
Right.
But there's no hate towards you or nothing. I don't got no. You feel me? It's all love at the end of the day,
bro. Come on.
But I'm gonna just keep it pushing. I gotta do what I gotta do to win. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, bro, you come in this world alone. You feel me? You gotta be a lone warrior. You feel me? You go in that grave alone. You feel me? And when that last 10 seconds of your life is right there, the only person gonna be by you is your mom's.
Your family.
For real. Your family. You feel me?
Yeah. And I just want to add one thing, like, real homies, you know what I'm saying? They don't fall apart. They shift away, they grind, they do what they got to do. And then when they link back up, they pick up where they left off. That's real friendship. You know what I'm saying? If one of the homies doesn't respect your growth, that's not your homie. If your homie doesn't want to see you excel and move on with life and start a business, or, you know, get a job or go back to school, or even, you know, overcome drug addiction, that's not your homie. You know what I'm saying? And like I always say, like, if it's 5 of you guys in a group, you know what I'm saying, make sure like 2 of them are about that life, and then the rest are, like, you know what I'm saying, people that could be used as an escape. You know what I'm saying? You want to have different options of friends. Huh?
Or find 3 more other friends. You know what I mean?
You gotta have a balance, bro. You can't be around 10 guys that are all into the same thing, because then how you gonna grow?
I'm not saying that, but at the end of the day, like, as you get older, your circle gets smaller. You know that. That's the truth.
That's the truth.
Right.
That is.
And so the circle that you start to carry on in the future, man, if you're young right now, find those people. It might be 1 or 2, like you're saying, right? But eventually, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have 3, 4, 5 of them, and that's gonna be your core homies, right? And those are the people that's going to bring you up.
And there'll be times in life where you just got to rock alone. You just got to do things alone.
Oh, strong manners. They say anybody that develops the discipline to be alone is dangerous.
Yeah. And you just got to...
And it is real.
Yeah. And you just got to get things done by yourself with no homies, nobody by your side, nobody push you, because it's just how disciplined you are, you feel me?
Right.
And discipline is a huge thing in life, you feel me? If you're self-controlling, you could control yourself from things. If you're self-controlling, you control yourself from things. It's a big thing. Wallah, billah, like
discipline. Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna keep you from all the bad. You feel me? And back to what he was saying. You could have homies where you don't see each other for 6 months, but that moment you guys see each other, it's nothing but love. You feel me? And that's who you keep around you, and keep those people that check up on you every once in a while. Me and my homie don't gotta talk every day, but that phone call I get every once in a while, it's gonna put a lot of a big smile on my face. It's a real thing, you feel me? Sometimes you just need somebody to just tell you, yo, how you been? You know, keep grinding, keep getting after it. Don't give up, don't let up. That's gonna even push you harder.
Right.
And you're gonna have somebody you talk to every day. So there's a lot of in this world. You're gonna meet a lot of different people. You feel me? You're gonna meet a lot of different faces, a lot of different personalities. But just know what's right for you,
Right.
So this is the Pure Advocates business highlight. Ecomkidd, come on, man, talk to him. Let him know exactly what you do, how you do it, and your plans moving forward.
Well, I run a 6-figure market online. You know, been in the game for about 2 to 3 years now. Selling products online, making money from my bed, you know, and alhamdulillah, You know, it was hard at first, you know, getting the game down, watching the courses, not letting up, not giving up, having to give up on not hanging out with my friends. You know, it was a lot of hard decisions I had to make at first, especially taking that risk. You feel me? In life, sometimes, bro, you got to take risks to get rich. You feel me? And a lot of the big CEOs you see nowadays, they took risks, dropped out of college to build the big foundations they own now. You know, and if you're willing to take that risk, at the end of the day, I guarantee you, if you grind it out and you don't give up or don't let up, it's going to pay off some way, somehow. Inshallah, it's going to work out. It's going to pay off some way, somehow. You know, you can't let up or give up. And one thing was, alhamdulillah, my parents pushed me. My mom always checking in on me, checking how's things going. My siblings, you feel me? Shout out to my older brother, my older cousin Zach. Shout out to him. He's the one that really laid the game out for me and showed me everything, you know. And so what I do for a living is called Ecomkidd. Works through Shopify, Amazon FBA, and eBay. I sell products online. I export from China to the U.S. I sell anything from house brand stuff to toys, to small things, you feel me, to Christmas gifts, to whatever season it is, you feel me? And I section my year out through 4 quarters. Every quarter, I look to open 2 or 3 stores. Make sure I'm running them successful, make sure I'm on top of my game, make sure I got a chip on my shoulder. They're saying ball, you feel me?
Yeah.
You gotta have a
What
chip
if
on
What
your
if you have
shoulder.
like a criminal background? Are you able to still get in the game?
Of course you are.
Okay.
Yeah, you're your own manager, man. Ain't nobody checking your background for anything, you feel me? You just
Talk
gotta
about it.
Yeah. And
You don't need no degree.
You don't need no degree. You just need to purchase a course,
Right.
find a mentor, get on top of your game and your success, you know?
That's what's up.
And yeah, and I helped criminals before, you feel me?
Oh,
Alhamdulillah,
yeah.
they came out of jail, wanted to change their life, you feel me? And knowledge has no age, man. Wallahi, that's how you can have a 3-year-old teach you something that you don't know right now, you know?
Right.
So like older cats, and they came to me before, asked for help, and I definitely laid the game out for them and taught them, you know?
Right.
Yeah, so I sell products online. I advertise through Amazon. Through TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. You probably come across my ad every day, you know. And there's people that actually press those ads. All those ads you see on Instagram, there's people that go purchase things, bro.
Right.
There's people that press on them and look into them, you know.
Right.
And it's always just targeting the audience.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I want to ask you a quick question too, because you mentioned, about your mom checking up on you and stuff like that. How you doing? How has the support of your mother helped you out? But not only that, what if like you have parents who are like, no, you should go to school. You shouldn't, dive in. You don't know anything about that. Da da da. Like, I'm pretty sure there's some people that actually deal with that. Their parents want them to be a doctor, lawyer, and you know what I'm saying. They're like, you don't know nothing about business. What do you got to say to that?
At the end of the day, our parents, they want us to do this and do that. You feel me?
Right.
I'm not telling you don't listen to your parents or go do the wrong thing, you know.
Right.
But it's like, let your parents know what you want to do, you know? For me, it was straight out of high school. I'm not gonna lie to you, my mom actually wanted me to go to school, you know?
Right.
And like, I took like an IT certificate before high school, you know, but it was like a little course I did, and she was like, I told her I love the IT field and I wanted to get into that. And she was pushing me that way. She was telling me, oh, just go back to school, you know? But like, I told her for now, I'm not worried about school. I'm not worried about chasing my degree, you know?
What was that conversation like? Exactly.
I had to sit down and really just tell my mom the truth, you know, and just tell her what I wanted to do and what I wanted to go try, you know? And the main thing was her supporting me in it, you know? She couldn't say, no, that's not what I want you to do. This is not what you're going to do, you know?
Right.
And that's it. For parents and all that, that's a huge factor, you know?
Right.
If your mom's happy with you, then you're going to be happy, you know?
Right.
And if she's pushing you and telling you, you got this, that's one thing. And one thing for me was, I seen my parents grinding my whole life from working 9 to 5. My biggest goal and ambition is retiring my parents, you know? Letting my mom enjoy the rest of her life living comfortable, not having to get up 7, 8 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning to get ready for work and then having to drop me off at school and then going to work and then seeing her by the time her coming out of work, by the time I already fell asleep and only hanging out with her for 2 days, you know?
And and a lot of people don't know, that's something called your why. You know, a lot of people don't know that's something that you got to find within yourself. And when it comes to success, you got to find your why. And that's what drives you to push yourself to be in the best position to work hard to cross those goals. You know what I mean? That's what I always say to people: find your why, find you know what I'm saying, find what you love to do, and those two things will drive you. And hard work and talent as well. So
and one thing, especially in our community, just your parents alone should be your motivation. You know, putting that big smile on your mom's face should be your motivation. You know, that should really put a lot on your mind just to make her happy. Put that big smile on her face. You know, because they say heaven lays under our mom's feet. You feel me?
Right.
And taking
That
care.
is true.
And taking care of your moms and dads, well, that's something real special. And your family and your siblings, you know, that's something real special, you feel me? And that's one thing you can always share with people. You know, I'm taking care of my family, you know? That's something real special, letting your mom not have to wake up early and get ready for work. And that was my biggest goal and ambition. And typically me, I just don't want to be a typical... At the age of 19, like when I was a kid, I always told myself I didn't want to be the
average
20-year-old sitting inside the hookah bar and just smoking hookah all night, and then going home, waking up late, and and then waking up the next day, texting the homies like, "Oh, what's the move? This, that."
Right.
Yeah. And then shit end up at the same spot the next night, sitting at the hookah bar again. You feel me?
Right.
That's not what I wanted for myself. So it was
That's
really
how trouble finds
So
you.
I'm gonna ask. Yeah, that's true. So I'm gonna ask you a question, Ish. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, and what are your plans moving forward? With
Inshallah, my plans moving forward is this summer. I've been working on a project for a little while. If you have me on Instagram, I said this back in February.
Give them your Instagram.
My Instagram is at the Ecomkidd. You feel me? You'll definitely see me on the Pure Advocates page if you need to find me.
Oh yeah.
DM me if you need help. Whether it's getting into e-com or whether it's you need some motivation or need some help with whatever, you feel me? I'm here to help the community. And my plan for this summer was building a course and mentoring, you know, and helping people out, starting their successful online business. Because in the next 5 years, there won't be no more Walmarts, there won't be no more stores. Everything's going to be online, delivery.
That is true.
Same day delivery, you know? Because you see it. McDonald's, fast food chain, you don't got to get up out your bed to go get it no more. DoorDash will deliver it to the door, you feel me?
Right.
So the same way you see groceries getting delivered now, shopping's going to get delivered to you soon. Products are going to get delivered to you soon. Amazon's been doing it for a few years. Like Amazon Prime, you get your stuff the next day. There's going to be times where in the next 5 years, you're going to be getting your stuff same day. Right. So it's a growing field, and it's one of the fastest growing fields in the online market right now.
And get into it now. Yeah. That's the most important thing.
Just like a lot of people,
ladies and
just
gentlemen,
like a lot of people are regretting not getting into Bitcoin a couple of years back.
Right.
Like, get into this field now. Well, try it out, even if you don't like it. With my course, I'm offering a lot of different packages, you know. Right. You could definitely DM me. There's a lot of different prices. And even if you don't enjoy it, I'll give a 30-day refund, you know. Right. I'm not here to take people's money and not teach them anything, you know.
So quick question for you, Ish. I'm going to put me an example. If I want to get into that course, right, what do I have to do first?
What you have to do is we're going to set you up with a course.
Okay.
And when we set you up with a course, generally on how fast you learn. Like I don't rush people, give anybody a time and date to get their learning done. Right. It's you take your time, and there's 6 modules in the courses, you know, and each module has about 9-8 videos of explaining each module step by step. Okay. And like right now, if you were to get into my course, you would purchase the course. And there's different packages. If you want me to teach you and mentor you one-on-one, you definitely got to pay for my time, because time is money. Right. You know? I can't just hop on a Zoom call with you every week and I'm just not getting paid for it, you know?
Right, because you got your own business you're running too.
Yeah. So, and generally, I want to, like, teach you the ins and outs, you know? Right. And teach you more than what you're, like with my course, is different from everybody. I'm teaching you the real ins and outs. I'm not just giving you a basic layout of e-commerce and this and that, you know. It's more than just learning how to run a store.
Right. You're giving them the cheat code.
It's the cheat codes, you know. How to get products and this and that, how to contact manufacturers, you know. It's more than just selling something. So
Right.
it's definitely a grind, wallahi, and it's something you can't give up on, you know. It's something you gotta. And I get it. For some people, it's for some people. If they don't like it and they're like, it's not for me, I don't push people. And there's people that like, I've been teaching people. There's people that have paid me in the past, and I have to push them, you know. And I'm willing to push you.
Right.
But the thing is, when I'm trying to help you and teach you how to get your money, and you're not giving me the same effort back, I can't help you, you know. I could just push you so far, and you got to do the rest for yourself.
Right.
But then there's people that I got to make calls every day, like, yo, what's the deal? You haven't contacted me in this long. Where you been? What's going on? What's the update? And they're dodging this question and dodging that. Then I'm like, I can't work with you, you know?
Right. You can't teach people how to be free sometimes, you know what I mean? They got to teach themselves. But
Facts. So, Ish, man, before we get out of here, bro, what's one advice you got for your generation?
One advice I have is, wallahi, and one thing is, like I said earlier, make the right decisions right now if you want to live comfortable later with your kids and your family, whether you decide to get married in the next couple of years or in the future, whatever it is, you know. Just make the right decisions, you know, and whether it's getting fast money or doing that or doing this, you know. There's so much you're risking just for something little, you feel me? For something that's fun in the moment. Don't risk your freedom in your life for something so little, just for a little bit of fun, you feel me?
Right.
There's so much better things you can do and so much more fun you can have in the future with just making the right decisions.
Facts.
And generally, the biggest thing I say is just think before you do a lot, you know? And we live in a generation where Instagram and TikTok and this and that is a huge influence on people's lives, you know? And music and rappers is a huge influence. And I'll tell you this, that rapper and that post you're seeing, they're not putting $1 in your pocket, and that rapper's not gonna save you from jail. He's not putting $1 in, he's not taking care of your moms for you, he's not taking care of your family for you. So generally, just think before you do a lot. That's my huge advice.
Right, because you can get rich off this right here. This device I have in my hand, it has all the information that you need to win. Literally, you can become a millionaire off of this device right here. Simple as that. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's a fact.
Take advantage of technology. You know what I mean? Because growing up in my days, you know, we didn't have the amount of resources that are available today. You know what I mean? You guys have laptops, you guys have devices, iPads, you know what I mean? You can tap into any market. You can get certified living in your own state, you know what I mean?
There's no...
you can get remote trainers,
right.
You know what I mean? You could hire somebody to remotely train you for any type of educational purpose, you know?
Yeah, whatever it is. There's courses for everything in this world, you know?
Yeah, you don't even need school anymore.
Yeah, there's now schooling. Schooling's not the only option. You could definitely just, if you want to get in the tech field, you could get into a boot camp and pay them later once you secure that contract, you know?
Right.
So it's like, think about those decisions.
Think big.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys tuning in, man. There's a lot of gems going around. Make sure you guys smash that subscribe button. Help us get all this message across.
the like button.
Hey,
like too, comment, everything.
Hey, shout out to Pure Advocates, man. Make sure you subscribe and like, for sure.
Always love, man. And we out.